Venezuelans are increasing significantly their presence in the United States. There is some data, new data, regarding such phenomena, and today we discuss.
Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com.
Venezuelans have increased significantly their presence in the United States. And hence, today we are going to discuss some very interesting data regarding Venezuelans in the United States. This data comes from the Pew Research Center. It has some interesting information regarding Venezuelans in the US. So let's start. So according to the Pew Research Center, there has been an increase of 592% of Venezuelans in the past decade. They went from 95,000 Venezuelans to 640,000 Venezuelans by 2021. So we might add an extra 200,000 on the past couple of years, and they are right now the 12th most populated represented nation regarding Hispanics in the United States. The main states where Venezuelans are currently living right now is, the first one by far is Florida, with 47% of Venezuelans living in the Sunshine State. Right after, we have Texas. 15% of Venezuelans in the United States live in the Lone Star State. And after that, there is a spread between Georgia, New York, and New Jersey, where they have a share of Venezuelans of 4% each. Regarding the main urbanistic areas and cities, the first one by far is the Miami-Dade County, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach. They have 180,000 Venezuelans living currently over there, and this particular figure comes from 2021, so it could be higher by now. Right after that, we have, still in South Florida, the area of Orlando, Kissimmee, and Sanford, with 75,000 Venezuelans currently living right now. And on the third place, we have the area of Houston, the Woodlands, and Sugar Land, Texas, with around 60,000 Venezuelans over there. Now, regarding the Venezuelans in the US, until late 2021, this is the cut for this particular study, 24% of Venezuelans in the US actually were born in the United States, and of course, they have Venezuelan descendants, so they are descendants of Venezuelans that migrated to the United States, of course. Now, this is a key statistic, is that 44% of Venezuelans in the United States have been less than 5 years on the country, so that says a lot. There has been a big diaspora, and this particular number can be up to over 50%. Remember, this data is from late 2021, and 18% of Venezuelans have less than a year, less than 10 years in the country. So imagine, the presence was way below the number that we have right now. Regarding the ages of Venezuelans in the United States, the average age of a Venezuela that was born in the United States is 16 years old, and the average Venezuelan that was born outside of the United States, meaning they were born in Venezuela or they were born in another country, this number is 40 years old of age on average. Regarding income, the average household income for a Venezuelan household, of course, is $65,000. That's way above the national average and average income from a home in the United States. And this is the funny thing, though. For the Venezuelans that they were born in the United States, they have an average income in their households of $82.5 thousand. So they have very good standards of living when they have the whole opportunity of being American citizens. Now, what Venezuelans do for work in the United States? First is finance and business, with 17% of Venezuelans of the active working population of Venezuelans in the United States, of course. After that, with 13%, we have office support people that work on administration, do some sort of white collar profession, and so on, is 13%. Right after that, transportation, 11% of Venezuelans work in transportation. Sales, many Venezuelans work in sales. They have 11% of the active population of Venezuelans in the United States. After that, we have a bunch of different occupations that go to from education, legal services, arts, and media. That's very important, especially on South Florida, of around 10% of the occupations of Venezuelans in the United States. Now, regarding Venezuelans struggling economically, financially, in situation of poverty, around 13% of Venezuelans in the United States are below the poverty line determined for U.S. economics, that is $12,880 per year. 13% of Venezuelans are below that particular line. However, this is 5% less than the average Hispanic citizen within the United States. And lastly, this is a very positive data, is that 57% of Venezuelans in the United States have at least secondary studies and education, and this percentage is the best amongst Hispanic groups within the United States. So that tells us, regarding the whole data, is mostly positive, contrary to all of the bad news that you are seeing right now in the United States regarding illegal migrants over there. They are fighting and struggling with the local police. Those are outlier cases. Most of Venezuelans in the United States, first, they are very well educated, and I can tell that with property. Second, they are doing economically better than the average Spaniard, the average Latino over there. And in most cases, when they have opportunities of education and so on, they do even better than the average American citizen over there. So they are entrepreneurs, white-collar professionals, doctors, lawyers, accountants, and so on. So, and I want to close the video with this. Most of Venezuelans in the United States are Venezuelans in specifically the United States are very well educated. They contribute a lot to American society. Actually, and this is very important regarding culture, the Venezuelans, and I've seen this from first hand, and nobody told me this. I've seen it from first hand, so this is my own intel. Venezuelans have something that they integrate very well to the American culture. Venezuelans, we here in the good old days, we grew up a lot with American culture. Baseball, we both love baseball, with the Hollywood things, Friends, and that kind of series, and Disney, the old Disney, not the new one. And all of the nuances, the particular vida americana, the American dream, the old American dream, not the crazy woke thing. Well, and so on. So Venezuela shares that particular culture. When America was very conservative, the average Venezuelan in the United States actually is very conservative, and they like this particular culture, and that's how they mold together, they go well together. They want the home in the suburbs, they want to work very hard to pay mortgage and raise a couple of kids and then send them to college, and in the process make friends, make good family and friends structure, and so on and so on and so on. So most likely the Venezuelan people that you're going to meet in your state are great people. I know that we have some outliers that if they are not law-abiding citizens, they should be locked up and deported, and so I'm with you guys 100% on those particular cases. So please cut some slack to the Venezuelan thing that you're hearing on the news and so on. Those are outlier cases. Remember, don't trust everything that you see in media and so on. So do your own research. And I want to close, I like these numbers, are very coherent of my own particular experience. I've been in the United States a bunch of times. I've been over there in many states, actually, the most important, at least. And beautiful country. I love the United States. I know that my fellow Venezuelans, most of them are doing excellent over there. And the data from the Pew Research Center just confirms that particular point.
Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, VenezuelaInsider.com. Thanks again, and have a nice day.